Hello, my lovelies. Welcome. I'm KJ and I'm so happy to have you here. If you haven't seen me before, which you probably haven't, I'm an unpublished fantasy author seeking traditional publishing, and I'm querying for the first time ever in my life myself saying I started a new project, which I'm calling Project Clouds. This video is all about draft 2 prep for this project. Project Clouds, some context. It is a YA cozy fantasy. It has Wicca inspired magic, cute and sassy familiars, found family, a female main character with mommy issues, and also can see and communicate with ghosts. And spoiler alert, she can tame spirits, which I don't know, but I think it's very cool. Draft 1 is completed at 88,000 words, and I have a lot of thoughts about it. I don't remember what I wrote on the page. Most of it, I remember the plot obviously, but I had no plans beforehand. So draft 1, it's more like a draft 0, just exploring the character and the world and what happens to her when she's sent to this magical academy. The plan for pre-draft 2 is to read through it and make a reverse outline. As I said, I didn't have any plans for this, and I like doing reverse outlines anyway, but in this one it's needed. There's a lot that needs to be flushed out because it's a mess. It's a huge mess. But it's gonna be a really fun time. I am very excited. Some world building and character centered work that I want to be doing. I also want to do a timeline of events within the book. There's a lot of issues with that. Like, I think there needs to be more time that passes. Like, we need to spend more time building the relationships between the main character and the friends and the people she's meeting at this magical academy. Yeah, there's just inconsistencies that I need to fix and that are driving me crazy. I'll be reading through my friend Raquel's comments, and bless her heart, she read the first draft. She has the patience of a saint. I'm very grateful for her. I don't think I can do like detailed planning for writing. I just don't think it's in me. I have tried, I've been watching Meredith E. Phillips outline videos and process, and that is a level of mastery that I don't think I'll ever achieve. That whole, highly recommend watching those because it's insane. I admire that, being able to do that so much. Anyway, I would also like to do an inspo board, so we're gonna be working on all of that. Yeah, the first few chapters I hate. I don't like them at all. The boys from the first few chapters and like the later half of the book, it sounds like the same person but completely different ages, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. No. It's to be a bit more action and a bit more things happening. The current first chapters it was just me meeting the character for the first time and getting into her psyche. So that needs redoing completely. There are a couple of characters that pop in and then I completely forget about, and I need to do something about that, because if I drop a character into what's happening or like into the story, they have to have a purpose, right? It's not just there. And yeah, like more scenes with the main core group of friends. And I don't know, I think it would be nice. I do love that. I love She's the Best. Her name is Stella, and if you're thinking this, yes, you're right. She is kind of inspired by Stella from Wings Club in terms of personality. And I also made her blonde without realizing, and then something about Wings Clubs popped up in my like recommendations the other day, and I was like, oh, her. Yeah. But I do want her to have a bit more screen time. She's great. There's a couple of other characters that I'm like, yeah, I love them. They need to have a bit more time. But these are my initial thoughts. They'll probably change as I do the read through and the outline and stuff, but here's where I am. Let's just get on with it, shall we? Yes, let's do it. Good evening. It is midnight. I I've had an unintentional 3-week break. I've had a dental health situation issue that has gotten in the way of life. And now I am feeling super hesitant and very scared and very unsure of Project Clouds, which makes me a little bit sad because I was very excited. Yeah, today has been a bit of a reset day. I had all these plans for September and they all kind of went to shit. My plan today was to reset the house, do my chores, and then start my read through of the first draft and the reverse outline because I'm going to be doing those two at the same time. Is that what I've decided? Yes. And then I will be going through my friend Raquel's comments because bless her heart, she finished reading the draft this morning. She's so lovely, and I'm excited to see what comments she's made. I did read her final thoughts, and they're things that I was already thinking, and I agree with them 100%. So, you know, having a break from story, I think is good because then I'll have fresh eyes and blah blah blah. But now I'm feeling that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where to start. But yeah, this is the reality of writing. Life gets in the way, and then imposter syndrome kicks in, and you know, I have a lot of talented friends, and I have been comparing myself and just thinking a lot of like, what's the point of me even trying, or am I ready, am I not ready? You know, I can learn to do something, but am I able to do it the best that I can possibly do? I don't like doing things just halfway or like just good enough. It's the perfectionist in me. I was not feeling this way when I was writing the first draft. I was just like, well, it's just a first draft, it's gonna suck. And now I'm like, well, now that the sucky part is done, now I have to make it good. And I have a lot of, I'm like, can I make it good? Is this story even worth trying to make good? And then I'm like, oh, this needs a lot of work, and maybe I should have done a bit more planning beforehand, and blah blah blah. Regretting some of my life choices. Hello, happy Mabon. Do not come for me. That's the Celtic pronunciation, the Welsh pronunciation, okay? If you say Mabon, that's fine, but I'm gonna say Mabon. Hope you've had a lovely time celebrating with your family and celebrating the start of autumn.
I am definitely feeling the Mabon vibes. Refreshed and productive, and yeah, just having a great time. It's it's actually the 21st of September. This is probably gonna go out way later. Technically, officially, Mabon is tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm gonna do any updates tomorrow. So here we are. Lovely day so far. I We went on a walk. It's super sunny today, and yeah, we went on a walk yesterday, and it was raining, so not going on a walk today. But it was such a lovely day. Felt like a waste. So I've had a very slow morning. I was journaling, which I'll talk about that in a second because I think it's relevant. I've been watching a Valkyrie stream. I'm not a gamer, but I do like watching people play games, especially Among Us at the minute. I really miss the Among Us 2020 streams and vibes, and yeah. So I've had that in the background. I'm cooking. I did an everything shower actually. I oiled my hair and that felt so good. And then I did an everything shower and then I went on my walk and now I have we're doing like a pasta bake thing in this slow cooker which is currently doing its thing, and I think it's time for me to do some actual writing things. Celebrations. This weekend has been super like tarot central here. Um, my mom wants me to do a reading for her, so I might do that before I start. I'm not gonna show it because you don't care. And then I will finally start with the reader. I don't know why I'm feeling so hesitant. Let me talk about it actually. So, like, I was journaling this morning because what I was talking about last night in the previous clips from yesterday, um, it was still in my head this morning when why do I feel so hesitant towards this project? Why do I keep stopping myself from reading the first draft? Like, I know it's gonna be shit. Like, my expectations are very low for it. And as I was journaling, something else came about, which I was like, oh, I am so scared of getting a literary agent. And I'm very scared because of what next. Get a literary agent, and that's it. I have a literary agent, and at the minute, it feels like that's what everyone's working towards. And I'm like, I think I've lost a bit of the perspective of I'm not writing to get a literary agent. I'm not even writing to get a book published. Like, yeah, that would be great, but because I have stories that I want to tell, and there are worlds in my head that I want to explore, and that's not like that's the point of it, right? The point of writing is that I like writing. I like the process of writing. But like, I got so like maybe that's why I'm hesitant. I've lost the my north star, and my north star is not just getting a book published and that's it. It's sharing the stories and exploring themes and characters and worlds, fantasy worlds, and just having a good time. And I realized also like I'm so scared of the potential. Like if I get a literary agent, right? Then the next step is to go on sub. And that's gonna be such a hellish that's even worse than querying, like, and then if it gets published, then it gets published and that suddenly what I do, like, and what I don't know if I'm making sense, but it's the fighting, the who people know me, like the people that know me, they know me as this certain person, right? And then doing this, pursuing this, even just filming this, breaks that mold, and that is not something that is comfortable. It's something that is very difficult. It's very vulnerable. I realized it's that imposter syndrome that keeps bringing me down and I keep having to fight against. And it really annoys me that I've been letting imposter syndrome win. Now, I have had a valid reason to have a 3 week break and something that was outside of my control and that is still outside of my control. And then, you know, letting myself not feel like I'm just lazy for not pushing through when I was in a lot of pain basically. And you know, my mood was just bad, my anxiety was through the roof, like it happens, it's life. And I've been letting myself go into that mentality of I'm not doing something productive right now. That means I'm wasting all my life. It's not true. Like it's such a this is what imposter syndrome does, right? And I just think it's important to document it, and that's where I'm at. And because I had that right realization, now I'm like, well, I need to do something to prove myself wrong. And that's what we're gonna do. And if you've been feeling that way, you're not alone, clearly, because I've been feeling this way too, and there's so many others that struggle with this. I think every creative person that's trying to pursue a creative avenue feels this way at some point, and it's completely normal. But we cannot let imposter syndrome win, okay? Like, no, we're not doing that here. I am not letting you give up. I don't care. We're doing it and we're pushing through. And if you can't push through right now, give yourself grace. Whatever you're trying to achieve will be there for when you are ready. And you know, rest is productive. Self-care is productive. What I need right now is to prove to imposter syndrome that I can do the thing and that I can show up for myself and do the things that I say I'm gonna do, which is starting this read through.
I was worrying for nothing. Actually, nothing. I don't know why I was hesitating. The brain is so stupid sometimes. I've just read through 3 chapters. I have a spreadsheet and I'm like filling it up. So I'm reading through, making notes on the page, and then filling in my spreadsheet. 3 chapters, they're quite short. I think my chapters average around 2,000 words. There are some, I do have it on my spreadsheet. I know there are some that are like 3,000, 4,000 words at the minute.
But yeah, the first 3 chapters are very short, so that took me no time at all. I'm also a quick reader, and because it's a first draft, there's so much that I want to change that I'm just making very superficial notes so that I can, you know, reference them in my rewrite in draft 2. I I like it. I love my main character. I love her owl familiar. One of the big things of this cozy project is the witches familiars. They are my favorite to write. They are so fun. I wasn't expecting. I was just honestly just expecting for this to just be like, oh, I need to delete all of this. But there's a couple of sentences that they made me laugh. Yeah, I made myself laugh. Um, oh, that line is actually, I'm keeping that line. I like that line. I like the boys. Oh, that line. Um, where am I at in terms of edits? So I've been thinking I need to make everyone older. I need to make the boys older. It's definitely still gonna be YA, but it might be a YA new adult blender thing. The whole of the world building needs fleshing out because, again, I had no plans. All I knew was that I wanted my main character to be a witch that can see spirits and communicate with them, and that she can tame them. So there's a lot to work on, which is very exciting. I have 6 minutes left until I need to go and check on my slow cooker. I might start on chapter 4. Let's see. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Huh? Like a plan. Oh, I hate myself sometimes. That that didn't take me long at all. Raquel is so cute. I think I'm gonna leave it here for now, for today. Just enjoy the evening, and but since it's Mabon, I want to end this by saying some things that I'm grateful for. That even though, you know, life is stressful and this health thing is, I am so over it. I'm very grateful that I have the means to be able to solve the issue in a way that is works best for me. The second thing is I'm very grateful for my partner. he he's been so incredibly sweet and so incredibly supportive and continues to be the best partner that I could have found. I just feel very loved and cared for and very fortunate. I like doing things in threes. So, the last one. I am so grateful for the writing community that I'm part of. I've mentioned Raquel, but there's so many other people that I'm very grateful for. And I feel so blessed
to have found a community that it's honestly, everyone has a heart of gold. I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know, even if you don't celebrate Mavon. I know Thanksgiving, the US and the Canadian one, is happening soon or has happened. I have no idea when this is gonna come out because I'm pre-filming a lot of things. But let me know something that you've been feeling grateful for. Let me know what you're working on. You know, tell me your life story. Yeah, let me know what something. Let's stick on theme. Let me know what you have been working on and something that you're feeling grateful for. And I'll see you next time.